Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Amon Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leading rusher, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into the PTA postgame show. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. You can find me on Twitter at Packers_access. The Green Bay Packers escaped the desert with a 27-23 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. They are now 4-1-1. The Cardinals fall to 2-5. Man, that might go down as maybe next to the Cowboys game, one of the best games of the year right there. That was so much fun. And what's crazy is when the game is that close coming down the line, I'm usually kind of nervous. I wasn't nervous in this. I was just like, get the ball back in Jordan's hands. Yep. Let's go down. Now, listen, when they went for it on fourth down, boys, I was literally like, oh, my God. And then it just kind of said, that was me. And then I just sat in and was like, you know what? Hell with it. Let's just go win this ball game. Tucker Kraft, 15-yard out/corner route, might have been a sell. Man, Jordan, when the game's on the line, think player not play, and that player is Tucker Kraft, no doubt about it. Boys, what's your initial thoughts here as we have everybody filing into the chat?
Great team win. It took everybody today, clearly. You got to tip your cap to Josh Jacobs fighting through that calf injury and giving us some really, really valuable reps out there on the field, keeping us alive offensively. And on defense, man, Quay Walker, what a game. Colby Wooden, what a game. We can't talk enough about how this team finds a way to stick together and grit out a tough victory on the road. I said in the pregame, we're going to find out who this team is based on how they play today. And, there's some things to work on still, but a lot of things to be happy and proud of your team today. And great team win by this Packers squad for sure.
No doubt. H.E. Soder with the super chat says they win because of points off a turnover. Obviously talking about that strip sack by Rashawn Gary. Emilio, sir, it's all about protecting the football, right? You got to win the ball. We won the turnover differential 1-0 today.
Absolutely. Yeah. All I wanted was 2 sacks and a turnover, right? We got multiple more sacks than that. And we got that 1 turnover, which ended up being the game, the decider there. Jordan played a clean game. It didn't maybe look perfect in the first half, still, turning it down the field, not over 250, 300, but it's like, in the first half, but hey, the offense got it done. It didn't matter. We still put up 27 again. I think that's the only one game we didn't put up 27 was the Browns game, which would be our loss, right? So the offense is humming, and you can't say Matt Laflur goes for ties anymore, right? Because you go for it on 4th and 2, you go down, you score a touchdown, and I mean you're little ballsy, using the timeout. You get your punter, field goal out there, call timeout. Now you don't have any, right? If that 4th down goes awry, it's almost a wrap. You have to stop them on that next 3 and out. So I'm super happy with the win, obviously, but just glad that it all kind of fell into place and the team sort of really played as one.
Exactly what Ron Sample said here with the super chat. 4th down stop and 4th down conversion basically wins you the game, right?
With our thirds being terrible. We were like 3 of 9 or something, or 3 of 8, something like that on 3rd downs. Brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. Said, you know what? You can't do it on 3rd down. Let's go to 4th, right? Daniel Irish with the super chat says, Matt Lafleur focusing more on keeping his fade tight and getting the team ready for the games each week. I'll tell you this, bub. If it's all about keeping that fade tight, for him to now be the 12th highest winning percentage coach in the history of the game, by the way, I think he passed Don Shula today, Hall of Fame head coach. You can say all you want about that fade. You can say all you want about Matt Lafleur. All this guy does is win freaking ball games. So thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it so much. Moving along, Eldegrim with the super chat. 4-0 when we score 27 points, winless. Otherwise, great point, Eldegrim. I like kind of finding those numbers too, right? Those sweet spots of how many points you need to score to give yourself a chance to win the ball game like that. So we got Jacob joining us now. Jacob, is the pole still warm over there, bro? How you doing?
Oh, the pole is so warm that there could be a fire, my friend. I feel like I'm having a heart attack right now. I don't know. Oh, what a good win. What a good win. I'm excited.
There you go. Oh, dude. Love it. All right, Eldegrim again. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Great. Appreciate that stat there too, man. That definitely connects there. 2-0 for this says, here's $2 for kicker talk. Where the hell did this kicker come from? Can somebody help me?
I don't care.
Where was Haversick when we had the
straight from the heavens, Clayton? Right on time, baby. Have a kick.
Telling you. And hey, Rich Bisaccia getting the young whippersnapper ready, Emilio. I mean, my goodness.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
He's been a dog. We can't deny it. You got to be able to go out there in clutch situations. Obviously, Rich isn't kicking it, but man, getting him ready and having the confidence in him. No, Matt, he can hit that. All we need to do is get to the middle of the field and get that timeout. You give him a shot. And all I heard was Nigel Gruff. You just hold it, Dan, and I'll kick the bloody piss out of it.
Yep. How about Tupac Lafleur with the play call, and then Jay Money hitting Romy Rome on that slant right on the money, get the timeout, put the second back on the clock, and the kid just hammered it home. That thing might have been good from 63, 64.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. It's such a fun game to watch, guys. It was a blast, man. I enjoyed every second of it, even when it was – I mean, what's crazy is we went into this week talking about how the defense struggles in the second half because you're always playing with a lead, right, and you're kind of playing the clock. This is the first game of the season. We did not lead the ball game until that final score, right? Like we trailed the entire game. It was either tied or we trailed the entire game. Just wild to think about. Bullshed 5819 with the super. Thank you so much, man. That's very generous. Parsons worth every penny he is making. Boy, he just came out and balled out today. You get Rashawn Gary with the strip sack. You get Micah Parsons with 3 sacks. Enigbare got involved. Enigbare laid the thump a couple times today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like a player who was pissed off he ain't getting more playing time, and he took advantage of it. So, what y'all think about Parsons? Let's go around the horn with that. We'll start with you. Let's start with you, Tim. What do you think about Parsons' performance today, man?
Micah. If you're sick of being held, just be so fast that they can't hold you. I mean, we saw a lot of him just exploding off the snap and then dipping that initial contact and getting home. And even when he didn't get home, he was crashing in that pocket and creating the pressures. We saw a couple of errant throws and rushed, hurried, incomplete throws. We saw Jacoby have to dirt it a couple of times. We saw him throw to the sidelines a few times because Micah was getting home. Just an absolute menace. I have no problem with a guy who needs to take a snap off and get a breather and then come right back out there and make game-changing plays. Just a phenomenal performance from him all day long, really.
Yeah, absolutely. He was tearing it up. I was just screaming his name, right? You got to get in there. I'm glad that they worked him around on some of the NASCAR looks. He was all over the place too, man. Besides the sacks, I think he was in 10 tackles, 4 sacks, 2 hits, and 4 hurries is what PFF had him as. I'm pretty sure they were saying that he was at like 8 hurries on the TV copy, whatever. But it was worth his money. Happy he was getting there, and it was cool to see once you get them to hitch. Like they were talking, Brissett was getting it out at the top of his 3-step, right? That was working for him. They were moving the ball, no problem. If he hitches once, our line can get there with Micah, Rashawn, Barron Sorrell, whoever's out there. It's it's not bad. Even like Tim was saying, even when Micah was off the field, we got good pressure. We got a 4th down stop without Micah on the field. You get some things without him on there, get him a breather so that he can play. He still led with 54 snaps at edge, Rashawn at 47. So with LVN out, I think they bumped Rashawn up a little.
Yeah. And just real quick, Micah Parsons, as far as ESPN is concerned, they said he had 5 tackles, 4 solo, 3 obviously sacks, 4 tackles for loss. So sometimes they have conflicting numbers.
I'm sorry, you're right, Jacob. It was 10 pressures. That was on me.
I was just going to say the pressures are what is insane, because I believe that the stat that they showed on the TV was that he had I think it was 13 coming in, and I was sitting there being like, man, I feel like he has more than that. And then sure enough, tonight he'll just be like, I'll just throw another 9 or 10 up there just to kind of make sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. I mean, he just exactly what the comments are saying right here, worth every penny. This is what exactly we paid for. And like Clayton said too, it freed up Rashawn Gary. I saw some guys in the interior every now and then. Was it perfect? No. Would I like to see some more kind of disruptive plays? Absolutely. Am I happy with the necessary with the score? No, not really. But we came out, and when it needed to be, we needed to absolutely come out there and put our hand down. We did it. And I absolutely can Micah Parsons, man, game ball. I mean, this dude just
He
took it over, man. He took it over. He set the tone, and I'm so freaking pumped right now. Like I'm literally buzzing like a little bit right now. I might need to throw up. I'll let you know.
The best guy around.
Do me a favor, Jacob. Check your mic. It could be on my end. I got a little fuzzy there. It might just be my speakers, but just check your mic for me. But we heard everything you said loud and clear, though, for sure. I just want to make sure that you get the best quality there. Again, Bullshit, thank you for the super chat, bud. Appreciate you. Also, Rob Domofsky, kind of to Jacob's point there, he tweeted out, believe it or not, this was Micah Parsons' first 3-sack game. He had 2.5, 3 different times, but never 3 in a game before today. And then he also mentioned, Rob Domofsky mentioned, Parsons also matched a season high with 6 pressures, 4 of which came in the fourth quarter. That is called a closer, ladies and gentlemen, a closer. So, all right, I think we've got someone at the podium here, so I'm going to cue that up. Tim, if you'll get me a screen grab, if you can get me one that doesn't cover the whole screen, it don't matter what it is, just one of those halfsies, if you will.
How about a belt to ass?
That'll do it. As long as you can see us, that's the main thing here. All right, let's go. We got QB1 at the podium. Let's see what Jordan Love has to say. And again, guys, as always, might be hard to hear. I apologize. I've got it cranked all the way up. Turn your TVs up if you can, and I'll try to fix it on the pod. Here we go.
Designed for Tuck, but, we got 3 options right there. So, the first 2, they did a good job. They're pretty sticky on those, and Tuck did a great job.
That's horrible, isn't it?
And being able to win. But it's all one-on-one. It's all man across the board. So, somebody's got to go win right there, and Tuck did.
Who were the first 2? Who were the first 2?
Sorry.
The first 2 options that you had.
It was everybody that was over there. The first 2, we had an out, we had a pivot, and then Tuck on the corner.
Pick a side.
You see your field goal unit coming in. How badly in your mind are you wanting to not come off the field and go for that 4th down? What's going to be the line there?
Yeah, that's a tough one. You're sitting there, you're thinking what the situation is, and obviously 3 points ties it up. But you sit there and you're like, man, there's a lot of time left. So, you'd hate for them to just need to go down there and kick a field goal for the win with that much time and that many timeouts. So, it's obviously it's a tough decision. You don't have a lot of time to sit there and think about it. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that Matt made that decision to go with the offense, and we went out there and executed.
Dontavion goes down. You're already missing guys. 6 points in the first half. Where's the conversation like to begin the second half, and where does that confidence kind of come from?
Yeah, no, I think first half we didn't play great. We didn't play our best. We had just a lot of drives that just stalled. So obviously we had to find a way to keep getting the best plays and keep finding ways to stay on the field. And obviously the conversations at half are we're much better than the way we're playing. We need to go out there, help the defense out, and start putting up some points. And we did a better job of that the second half. But it's one of those games where you just got to be resilient. You just got to stay in there, keep finding ways every drive to find a way to go out there and get points, and just stay the course, stay together, and find ways to go win it.
What's it like from your vantage point watching what Mike is doing right now?
Man, it's amazing. I think I can't state enough how fun it is just to have him on this team, and how much of a playmaker he is. In big situations like that, having 3 sacks on the day is big time. So, you can't state enough how much of a playmaker he is. And I think everybody on that defense, the D-line, RG doing his thing, other guys making big-time plays. So it's one of those games where we're just trying to keep finding ways to be as complimentary as possible and keep finding ways to stack it. But, it never gets old winning, so we just got to keep finding ways to keep going.
Well, we're putting the shine back on the defense. You love to hear it, man.
Absolutely.
What a leader. What a leader. Any thoughts on what he had to say there, Emilio? I know you love these pressers for sure, man.
Yeah, I just love hearing from first person kind of view there on that corner route to Tuck, and you're right, man. You got to have a little bit of faith in your coach when he pulls the kicking unit off the field and gets the offense back out there. I'm glad there wasn't an issue with that. We could have had an alignment problem or the wrong person out there on the field. I'm glad that we squared that up. You had the timeout, get the right play call in. They were sticky on the out in that little pivot or tiny curl there. You got to give it to your playmaker. Matt Golden made a couple of big ones earlier in the game. Tucker was the one this time. I'm glad he made it, man.
I just love the fact that Matt Lafleur had faith in his boys, in his crew to go out there and make that play.
Yeah.
And again, you guys know
one of those. If you don't get it, you look like an idiot, right? And if
right.
everyone's going to tell you take the 3 points, but it says a lot to have faith in your guys to go out there and execute.
As we're walking through that last play, they come out to the line, right, and they got a timeout. Now I'm thinking they're probably just going to hard count, right? They're going to hard count. And then I thought, if you hard count and you blow a timeout here because they don't jump, Matt's going to get raked over the coals. Like, But still, that might be the right thing to do here unless you got to look. And it was pick aside. He said he had 3 reads right there on the left side. And boy, oh boy, did he read it correctly. Stand in the pocket tall too, man. Just you love to see. You guys know I'm a boring fan. Like in any situation like that, I would typically play it conservative, right? But there was something different about that play where it was just like, go win the damn ball game. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. My favorite play of the season so far.
And if I don't recall, didn't they motion out the running back so it looked like they were just going to do the hard count? Because that's our go-to when we do the shuffle halfback. Shuffle him, slide him back in. It's like, oh yeah, they're just it'll just be a delay of game.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Emilio. And then it hit me. I went, you can't waste that time out like that, right? Because if you don't get it, then the game's over, essentially, right? Just absolutely wild. Chris C says Kings of the North will definitely hit the standings here in a little bit. Obviously, we got the Lions playing tomorrow on Monday Night Football. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. Appreciate you, but I see you got your name changed too. That's good stuff. Donovan Schilling been a member for 16 months. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, got to get that 21 off Hobbs. Disrespectful too. Stokes. Dang. Listen. Now, I can't listen. I'm too drunk to taste that chicken. All right. He's way better than Stokes, but the guys will tell you, I was pretty hard on Hobbs in our personal chat today. It was just ugly, man. It was ugly. He feels like a slot corner that's being forced to play outside, because you've got 2 slot corners, and the byproduct is you're keeping Carrington Valentine off the field, and he's shown flashes that he can be a damn good corner. I just feel like some of the plays that were made on Hobbs, and I don't want to harp on this too much. This is a hell of a win, guys. We want to keep this positive. But if there's one thing I can be a little bit negative on, it's that I watch Hobbs in coverage and I go, Valentine makes that play. Valentine makes that play. We've just seen it. We've seen it already, So he just looks uncomfortable. Now I love the lick that he laid on Jacoby.
Yep. Yeah. If you were to give a guess on how many snaps Carrington played today, how many would it be?
Oh God, I don't remember seeing him one time, but I wasn't really focused on the Ballinger either. If I had to guess, I'd say it was less than 10.
I would say less than 10.
10.
Yeah. Less than 5.
They have him for 2 snaps.
There we go.
2 snaps.
Yeah. And here's the problem. You paid Nate Hobbs. Now listen, you didn't pay Nate Hobbs top 3 money, right? Top 5 cornerback money.
Right.
You did not pay him that. You paid him low-end starter money is what you paid him. However, that's what's getting in the way of them putting the best player on the field. They spent that money, and it's like, and I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's the reality of the business. And that's where I disagree with a lot of coaches is once they're on the team and you put the squad together and you break training camp, you put the best 22 on the field, right? Put the best 11 on defense, best 11 off offense, the best 11 on special teams, and forget the draft status, forget the contract. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. So maybe he'll turn it around. He is physical. I'll give him that. Sometimes too physical. Didn't he get hit with a penalty too? Am I thinking right? He got caught.
Yeah, I know Keyshawn had one. He had a illegal contact or a hands to the face or something.
Yeah, Hobbs got called for
legal contact or holding. Yep.
Yeah. So again, don't want to harp on the negative too much, but I understand where you're coming from there, Donovan, for sure. Godsmack AR69 with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says, what a game. As Arizona's plan or lack thereof for Parsons left me baffled. I felt like they controlled him pretty well early in the game.
Yeah.
But boy, that fourth quarter, him and Josh Jacobs in the fourth quarter, they just look like absolute demons out there. Like seriously, once you connected with Tucker Kraft on that 4th down, Josh Jacobs was just like, give me the damn rock. Let's put this thing away. He was not going to be done. Did you see that juke he threw? That little jab step?
Amazing.
Yeah. And I know he didn't get maybe 4 or 5 yards after it, but God, he cut so hard. You could tell he was holding that back all game with that calf injury. And when the money was on the table, man, turn Josh Jacobs loose. No doubt about it.
I mean, it was clear we needed Josh today to get this dub, right? We talked about was he going to go or not. Matt Lafleur said at halftime that they did have him on a pitch count early in the game. They wanted to see how he looked out there. They were kind of touch and go, taking it as it comes. But, look who closes this game out for us when we need it the most. That's your workhorse right there. You gotta tip your cap to Josh Jacobs gritting through that calf injury.
Completely agree. Biz 1987 with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says this was a character building win that could build momentum and confidence for the rest of the year. Go Pack, go. I think that's very well said. Up to this point, we're struggling on the road, right?
Yeah.
And you go out and you get that monkey off your back, right? And listen, after sitting on the tarmac for 5.5 hours, right? Like there's a lot of stuff they overcame today.
Yeah.
Really, it's Josh Jacobs wasn't close to 100%, right? Keyshawn Nixon was battling an illness. I thought he played pretty well too. I mean, I know he got cooked a couple times, but I think overall he played pretty well. Yeah. We got Hatchison in the chat gifting 5 Packer Fan Total Access memberships. Thank you so much for that, Hatchison. Appreciate you.
Real quick, Tim, how about your boy Quay Walker? 9 tackles, 5 solo, 1.5 sacks, 1 tackle for loss. What do you think about his performance?
Freaking dog. Can't wait to see PFF give him a 46 grade today.
He was the best guy around.
Honestly, man, I thought that might have been arguably the best game we've seen Quay play in a Packer uniform. At least in recent memory. Couple of absolutely key plays that he made. And then also,
he had the one penalty where he did the hands to the face, but he didn't let himself, you know what I mean? Like old Quay Walker would have let his emotions overtake him. It would have
how about whatever the hell happened on that? He's hyperextended his right arm or whatever that was. Went into the tent, and then just when you're concerned, is he okay? You see 7 back out on the field making plays again. Just an absolute dog. So cool to see that happen finally. All you Quay Walker haters can kiss both of my cheeks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Quay was a dog to me. I was screaming. I was so happy. He came with such explosiveness and thump. I mean, he blew the running back into Brissett and then tackled both of them at the same time. It was. I mean, that's the kind of dog you want at middle linebacker. That's the man right there. Only missed 8 plays. It looks like they got him 68 out of 76. So just a dog.
We got a grade on him yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got he would just be our 5th best at 77 flat, just behind Nas Stackhouse at a 77-2.
Wow. There you go, PFF. Couldn't look
91 pass rush grade, Tim.
Love it.
Nice. Give a shout out to Ryan Pugh real quick. Became a member here on YouTube. Thank you so much for the support, buddy. Also a shout out Trey Russ with the super chat. Can y'all just show that Ben Affleck SIG meme? Because I tell you what we need is that Tucker Kraft SIG meme. We got to get that saved back.
The lung dart and the bush latte meme. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get that going.
We got a SIG meme, but
we do have a SIG meme. That's as good as we could do right there, Trey. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. Anything else in terms of let's hit the PFF grade since you've got them there, Amelia. I'll keep checking with the actually let me check with the Packers real quick and make sure.
And right here, too, Clay, we had also I'm pulling it up. Hold on.
You good?
Sorry, we had gifted memberships as well. Right here.
Oh yeah, we hit them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you though. Appreciate it, man.
But yeah, so number 1 on defense would be Colby Wooden with a 90.4, 42 out of 76 snaps. Micah Parsons was number 2 at an 89.6 with 54 snaps. And guess at number 3 here, not a normal name we don't hear very often. Can I get a guess from you two? Just give me a name. Somebody we don't hear too often.
Colby Wooden.
I like it. He's number 1, Jacob, but yes, I like it.
You're saying number 2 is someone you wouldn't think of.
Number 3 is, but yeah, it's after Colby and Micah.
McDuffie.
I'm gonna say, I think you got it. Did you get it? You got it.
Did I get it?
Jacob, yeah. McDuffie with 32 snaps, 82 flat, 75 run defense, 78 tackling, 55 pass rush, 76.5 coverage.
He was already grading 77 on the year. He's probably in the 80s now, guys.
Yep.
Love it.
That's wow.
Yep. Yeah. And then, like I said, Nas was 4th with 14 snaps at a 77.2. Quay 5th with 77 flat. X with a 73.1. Kingsley with a 74.2. Evan with a 70.9. Brinson with a 68.8. And Bull rounding the top 10 at 68.3.
Let's go.
Tough. Our bottom 3, though, was Keyshawn at a 59.7, Nate Hobbs at a 51.1, and Baron Sorrell at a 41.9.
I don't like that. Two corners grading out the
two starting corners. They actually played every single snap. 76 snaps, both of them played.
Yeah. Chris C with the super chat. Before we hit it, if everybody would that's in here, thank y'all for making us a part of your post-game festivities. Hit that like button for us real quick. If you're new here, subscribe as well. Everybody blast that like button right now, and we'll shoot up the algorithm. We appreciate y'all making us a part of your evening. Chris C with the super chat says that 4th down stop, man. Absolutely. It wasn't even close. Wasn't it? Quay Walker jumping over the pile to grab a hold, right? Yep. It's cool, too, because earlier today, you seen the Minnesota Vikings unveiled a new way to stop the tush push. Did y'all see that by chance?
Yeah.
They literally had a defender. Huh?
You just go lateral. Yeah, you just push your body.
They had a defender lay on the ground, Tim, like basically get on all fours horizontally at the line of scrimmage so they couldn't push forward. I'd hate to be that guy. How do they decide who the hell gets that job?
Yeah.
That would suck.
Hopefully they get rid of that play next season. We don't have to deal with that anymore.
He was
right?
not impressed at all, was he? Like, that damn play.
Everybody gave the Packers so much crap because they're like, oh, they're trying to get a non-football play or whatever. Now, I would guess that probably 4/5 of the league is like the Packers were right. Get this crap out of here. Literally, they had to have the guy go on all fours. He looked like just I don't even want to go there, but basically just taking a kidney punch to the freaking gut just with that first initial punch there. It's take it out of the game, man. It's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
We got Coach Laflur at the podium. Tim, if you'll give me that belt to ass meme one more time there, sir. Let's see what Coach Laflur has to say here at the podium.
It wasn't by any means a chip shot, although Lucas has come in and done a hell of a job. So I just one of those deals where I was like, no matter what we call, this guy's going to make it work. And that's exactly what happened because we had a play called for 1 versus man in candidate versus zone and didn't necessarily get the play that we wanted, but it doesn't matter sometimes when you have guys that have confidence in what they're doing, and Tuck did a hell of a job winning on the route. Our O-line protected, and Jordan gave him a chance, and that's exactly what it took.
Lucas.
So that was supposed to that should have been canned, or
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's never perfect, and like give credit to Arizona. This is part of the, I'd say the genius in what they do is they don't give you looks that are easy that you can tell, oh, this is a man coverage look. So they disguise the look well. It wasn't until after we motioned that it was like, oh, it looks like it's man. So give credit to them.
You mentioned Lucas. How big was that sequence at the end of the half? Did a Hail Mary ever cross your mind, or was when you got to a certain yardage just like, oh, send him out?
Yeah, I think if you look at probably, I don't know, I'm sure the analytic guys will love this one, but the probability of us kicking a field goal there versus throwing a Hail Mary, I would say it would heavily be in favor of a long field goal right there. How about that? Franchise record. Unbelievable. Hell of a job.
So when you made that,
just take that for just a second. I'm going to keep that up there. So keep that up on the screen for me, Tim. This guy was a substitute teacher, correct? That's what he was going to be going to do, substitute teaching. And get caught off the street, and now he literally owns the franchise record in Green Bay history for the longest field goal ever kicked. Not Mason Crosby, not Ryan Longwell, not Chris Jackie, not all these great kickers throughout the years. That's absolutely unbelievable, man. It blew my mind when they said, I went, no way, that's real. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, Tim.
Nope.
I think everyone's going to know his name now. And if you don't, you're not paying enough attention. He's 100% on kicks across the board. Ice water in the veins. You got to love it.
Yeah, Godsmack AR69 with the super chats. Exactly what he's talking about. Also, how about those special teams? That 61-yard field goal was a tang of beauty. Emilio, he kicked the bloody piss out of it, right, man?
Yeah, he did. He kicked the bloody piss out. He said, "You just hold it, Dan, and I'll do the rest." And I'm happy he did too. It was one of those where he hit the top of the meter, right, Clay? Hit the top of the triangle, but didn't get it all wiggly.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really a little bit of luck when that thing doesn't go wiggly on you like that. That's what Jacob said, by the way.
Well, but the thing is, though, he had that by another 10 yards. You see that kick? I mean, he had that sucker. He booted the you know what out of that thing.
I do a little booting.
I do a little tooting booting.
All right, let's go back to Coach Laflur.
He saw that ball like poor Sally.
Speaking of tooting, Matt Lafleur does not do any tooting. All right, here we go.
Made that decision to try to get points at the end of the half there. I know I think a lot of people were probably thinking, well, after what happened in Dallas, they won't try that. And yet you did, and you stole 3 points. What were you thinking? What were you thinking about Dallas? How did that influence you?
Scared money don't make money. So like you got sometimes you got to shoot.
New drop.
When you have confidence in your players, you can't allow something. I realize. I think that was a much different situation where we were on the field in Dallas versus where we were here versus the struggles that we were having moving the football. So, it was a great job by our guys going out there and executing. And if you don't have confidence in your guys, you don't do it. But I got a lot of confidence in our quarterback. I thought our line was doing a pretty good job in protection. I know our receivers can win versus bad leverages, which we had right there. And those guys made a hell of a play.
Matt, you mentioned the decision to kind of go on everything like that. The tone of your guys' calling throughout the game was pretty aggressive. You go for it on fourth down early, you kind of go and try and score there. You go for it on the fourth down late. Are any of those trying to spark the team, get things going? At the end, you're trying to win the game, but is there anything that you're trying to do to get them kind of moving as you're?
Yeah, I mean, it was I would say from an offensive standpoint, it was a very frustrating day overall in regards to they did a hell of a job of keeping an umbrella on the defense. There weren't many looks where we could throw the ball down the field. It was
what he means by umbrella. We talked about this in the game plan, right? They play a lot of quarters coverage, right? They're showing that umbrella look. That's really, you're forced to check everything down.
One of those dink and dunk type games. Not that we didn't get a couple shots downfield, but they were playing pretty soft and took a lot of things that we wanted to do or that we saw on tape away, and just try to make us play perfect, which we were far from perfect.
It's a perfect example, guys, of what we talk about, right? The first quarter, you're gathering information, and then you know they had a game plan put together how they wanted to attack down the field. They get into the game, and lo and behold, they're not doing what you expected them to do as much, right? And they're probably playing a little more country quarters than match coverage, meaning they are playing a true umbrella as opposed to if and then mix and match. It becomes man if you run a specific route. So they were probably looking to unlock their match technique out of that quarters coverage with certain concepts, and they're playing in that umbrella. They're playing in just that country quarter spot drop, and it changes everything. Now the question becomes, do you change your game plan, and how quick do you change it? Because the second series, the third series might be where you hit on what you prepared for all week. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that, and then you finally get to the point, go, okay, we got to change something. And man, did they come alive there at the end.
So give credit to them. I got a lot of respect for those guys. Gannon, I think, does a hell of a job. Rollis does a hell of a job. Like, those guys are really good coaches.
Your impressions of what Josh was able to do, obviously not 100% again, and then puts you in some unbelievable spots at the end of the game.
Yeah, because some of those looks weren't the greatest to run into, but he finds a way. And that's what great players do. It's not always the cleanest of looks, but they find a way to get it done. And I would classify Josh Jacobs as a great player.
What are you on?
All right, there you go, guys. That was Coach Laflur at the podium.
And to that country quarter style, Clay, also, I mean, you think about it, that's probably why you sort of leaned into trips just a little bit more. You're trying to get just a numbers matchup over there. You either got a marker man or you got to have that backer slide all the way across if you're covering that zone. So you got to try to, if they're putting that shell on, you got to try to beat them another way.
What Emilio's talking about there, guys, is when you go to a trips or a tray look against quarters, they're looking to play box on that, which means 4 defenders around 3 receivers. Okay, that's typically how that works. Whether you're matching or not, you want to start the play, whether it ends in match or it is true spot drop. You're looking to have 3 receivers. Okay, we need 4 defenders. That 4th defender has got to be that backer that slides over. If that backer slides over, guess what? On the backside, you got the spot play. You got the dink and dunk stuff. That's what Matt Lafleur is talking about. Put the trips in the tray over like Emilio's talking about. Stretch the field out of touch. Get that backer squeezed in the opposite direction. Take what they give you underneath. Also, if you run a little RPO action, you might catch him cheating a little bit, hand the ball off, and run into a light box type look. Randy Cleavers with the Super Chat says, on to the Steelers. Hope the win is not so ugly. I hope we win, Randy. Steelers playing pretty damn good football, man. I know the Bengals beat them last week, but it kind of felt like the Steelers should have won that game. So I'm expecting next week to go a lot like this week, to be honest with you guys. I think it's going to be a really, really close ball game on the road in Pittsburgh. So thank you for that super chat, Randy. Appreciate you. Also want to give a shout out to Dark Arts Poker, who became a member here on YouTube as well. 2-0 for this says, remember, Watson has to be back next week or he will be back on IR. So next week's a week, boys. It's going to be Christian Watson back on the field. I don't think we'll see a whole lot of snaps. I think you'll probably see somewhere between 10 to 20 snaps would be my guess. But I'm excited to get number 9 out there. Because Matthew Golden, I think he caught all of his targets. We'll jump into the box score now, as a matter of fact. We'll just go ahead and get into that. But what y'all think of Matthew Golden tonight, man? I know it was limited statistics here. He had, 4 catches for 37 yards, but he caught all 4 targets, didn't he?
He caught 4 for 4, all 4 targets, 4 for 37 yards, averaging 9.3. once again, just looking like the sure-handed type of the performance he had is something I wouldn't guess from a rookie. Like this guy came in here, he just, again, when it was third and down, when it was just, when you needed to play, he never skips a beat. He was out there more than I thought he would be. It just seems like he is slowly progressing to be, I don't want to say it's like the X or the number one, but he's an integral part of this offense. And I just, again, we can sit here and talk about what ifs and what could be's, but when Watson comes back and he's out there too, and you got a guy like Dobbs, obviously, that's as sure as it can be, and you pepper in all these other guys, I mean, this offense is going to be absolutely very, very potent. It's going to be something to, like, who are you going to guard? It really is pick your poison.
Yeah.
I think once Scoot gets back, you could actually see, the rise of Matthew Golden even more, just because, like, to your point, they've got to account for Scoot out there, and in addition to Dobbs and, a bunch of other targets we have, Tuck Norris comes to mind as well. You hit him with those high-low concepts. We talked about dagger concepts. There's different ways to attack a defense, and when you've got a dynamic field stretcher like Christian Watson out there, it's going to let a guy like Matthew Golden really cook. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Go ahead, Emilio.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I can't wait for Matthew Golden to take off, because he's got the hands, dude. On some of those crossers and stuff, he outran Max Melton there on that one. Just a superb hand catch, just plucks it out of the air. He just love the way he plays, and Jordan's getting more and more confident with him. Super excited about what we have. We just need to get back from injuries and keep moving forward.
Sorry about that. I had to screenshot that. I'm gonna tweet that lung dart out with that quote right now. Scared money don't make money. Matt LaFleur. Keep talking from there.
No, that's ideal. Tough. I mean, Jordan Love under what was 179 with the sacks. So you get right around 168 passing. Yeah. Not amazing, but got us a dub. Was very efficient with his passes and didn't turn the ball over. Yep. You can't be mad at that. He used his legs a few times, took a lick, definitely popped right up, and you just, it's another one, right? You take a lick where it's your dude. You don't love that, but the fact that he popped up, it was like when Tucker got popped that other time and did like a back spring right up. You lose a lot of that, a lot of that juice.
Yeah. And, it's crazy because, like, we always talk about how Vegas kind of has a little eye in the sky kind of thing. I talked about a guy named Bam Knight that would maybe be their number one rusher, and people were like, no, they got Michael Carter. And Bam Knight had 14 carries, 57 yards. We talked about how maybe Dobbs may have a resurgence. He had 6 catches for 72. I mean, we came in here and honestly, we kind of called the type of game. We also talked about Trey McBride. He, I believe he had it was 6.5 was his over under for the catches. Well, he had 10 for 74 yards and 2 tuds. So, I mean, that was the game plan. They absolutely wanted to force him. It's what they did. Luckily we had the type of defensive, adjustments, I would say, in the second half. Finally, like, we talked about how all of a sudden we look really good, which, it sucks that we had to let go of that 3-point field goal in the first quarter, which shattered us not letting any points go, which is really cool to think about that. But still, I have to imagine that the Green Bay Packers defense has the least amount of points, allowed in the first quarter. I have to imagine that still, maybe even in the second. But really proud of the way that the guys rebounded and kind of just decided that they're going to find their backbone and just kind of played 4 quarters. You know what I mean? Like, was it a full 4-quarter game that I think we could hang our hat on? No. Again, Matt LaFleur will probably say, like, we've never played a full, his old shtick, but I really do think that we're going in the right direction. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I think there was consistency issues maybe, but I think they played as a team for 4 quarters. I just, I guess there's some logic there, but we had guys that were banged up all day too, right. And also to Matt's point too, they clearly scouted and prepped a lot in the film room, and then were given looks that they weren't ready for. Like he alluded to in his presser there, saying that, we had to adapt and we had to change our game plan because of the way they were playing. Now, we talked about that kind of throughout the week, though, that they were going to play that umbrella kind of quarters shell kind of look. But I think they might have disguised personnel pre-snap a little bit more than we anticipated. And I think you saw a couple of our checks. We were checking the runs when we probably should have stuck with a pass, and vice versa, because of the way they were disguising coverages, which is exactly what our defense is known for doing too, giving you a look pre-snap and then something different post-snap. But I think all in all, I mean, some of these numbers we'd like to see different, but everybody got on the board when they needed to, and they made huge plays when they needed to. Much to Matthew Golden's credit when we were talking about him, every time he did make a catch, it seemed like it was right on time, right when we needed it. Same thing with Romy Rome, flying under the radar again, quiet as kept, but massive third down conversions for us, massive drive extending conversions from Romeo Doubs. So all in all, was it a full balls to the wall 4-quarter game performance from the team? Maybe not. We probably took some dips at some points when we shouldn't have, but hey, we squeaked out with a win. That's all that matters. I'll take the dub.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, man. You got anything, Bo?
No. I was just I wanted to get y'all's guesses on the top 3 for offense, but we can do it in a sec if you want to keep running through the stats.
No, it's cool. Top. You're talking about the top 3 PFF grades on offense.
Top 3 PFF grades for offense.
All right. You boys go first. Go ahead.
Jacobs,
Money, Josh Jacobs, and Tuck Norris.
Okay.
I say Jacobs, Norris, Tom.
Clay.
I'm going to say Matthew Golden.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm going to say Tucker Kraft. I'm going to say Zach Tom.
Okay, we only got 2 correct there. They were the same person. Number 1, Zach Tom, right tackle, all 56 snaps, 79-2. Rashid Walker, number 2, 75. Wow. Number 3, Aaron Banks, 56 snaps, 69-6. Matthew Golden, our first great guy at 69-2.
You say first white guy?
No. First wide guy.
Just ask. Sorry.
Man. Yeah, 69-2 for Matthew Golden. Tucker Kraft at a
football player, but he can't dance. Let me tell you.
Oh man.
All right. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you looking those up. Let's see if I can get through these stats real quick without my voice going on me. All right. So here we go. The box score from the 26-23 victory Packers over the Cardinals. Jordan Love, 19-29, 139 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, was sacked 1 time, lost 11 yards. Josh Jacobs, 13 carries, 55 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, had a long of 10. That fourth quarter was phenomenal. I would love to know how many yards he got in the fourth quarter because it felt like he just kind of took over there at the end. Jordan Love, once again, hitting the over. 4 carries, 22 yards, looked good, rolling out of the pocket. Me no likey that lower in your shoulder, though, and taking that boom on that one hit from Budda Baker. Budda Baker sized him up, and he absorbed it pretty well, but still, you don't want to see that happen. Manuel Wilson, 6 carries for 17 yards. Moving on to receiving, Romeo Doubs, 8 targets, 6 catches, 72 yards receiving. Tucker Kraft, 5 catches for 58 yards on 10 targets with a touchdown as well. When the game's on the line, think player, not play. You hit him for the touchdown. You hit him for the 4th down conversion. Dominant performance, I think, there by Tucker Kraft. Matthew Golden, 4 targets, 4 catches, 37 yards. And then also getting in the mix was John Fitzpatrick, Dontavion Wicks, Josh Jacobs. All had catches as well there on down the stretch. So what do you guys think about the offense there in terms of the receiving core, man? That's exciting stuff to see that many people touch the ball like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got to be able to spin the ball around. We have this many athletes, components to this offense. We got to be able to move it. It's going to happen even more once you get Christian and Reed back. So I love that Jordan's not afraid to. You can go to your player, not play when you need to. But besides that, just get to the open man. Doesn't matter who it is. Get the ball down the field.
Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, I love the way he spread it around. I mean, Romeo Doubs, obviously, with 6 receptions, 72 yards, a long of 22. It targeted 8 times. It felt like it was more than that, and it just feels like that Romeo Doubs is kind of the go-to player. We talk about how Matthew Golden has all of a sudden had a resurgence. 4 receptions, 4 targets, 37 yards. I really do feel like that he's becoming a go-to, kind of like a cut FL for Love, and I really do love that about him. And I think that as we get Christian Watson back, it's going to be an absolute just lethal threat. It's like, we have too much speed on this field. Even if you go down the road right here and you look at like John Fitzpatrick, we talked about how he was a weird guy that when they scratched Ben Sims, thinking that they have a little more confidence in Fitzpatrick. He showed it. That 1 reception for 6 yards, it doesn't sound like much, but when he caught that, he made it in an integral part of the game, and he kind of just showed that he is the reason why they have a little more confidence out there with putting him out in the field. And Dontavion Wicks, I'm not sure if he got hurt today, but I feel like he may have. I want to see him kind of come back a little bit more. What do you think about that, Tim?
Yeah, Tay Wicks exited the game. He did not return. I don't know if we have an update on what's going on with him, but my money's on that calf or that ankle. Same kind of thing he's been dealing with. Hopefully it's not a new injury, and hopefully it's nothing serious because, on the one target he had, he caught it. I believe Tay Wicks has not dropped a pass all year long. To this point in the season. So hopefully he's healthier sooner than later. But you can see it here, man. The ability to spread the ball around to multiple, pass catching threats is what helped us get over the hill today and win this ball game for sure.
Yeah. Moving on to defense. All right. Well, first of all, it's showing Jordan Love fumbled twice, but he recovered both of them. All right. So just keep that in mind there. Evan Williams also
run grades at 42.6.
Makes sense, right? Yeah.
So the one fumble was on the snap, right? There was a
right.
And then when he took the shot, he fumbled it and recovered it, right? Okay.
Yeah. What was his PFF grade, Emilio?
His PFF grade was a 58.4, 63.4 pass, 42.6 on run, and a 60 run blocking.
Got it. Good stuff, man. All right. So Quay Walker leading the way, 9 tackles, 5 solo, 1.5 sacks, and a tackle for a loss. He's in the running for that game ball. If Micah Parsons hadn't finished with 3 sacks, I think it's probably Quay Walker walking away with that one. Evan Williams, 8 tackles, 3 solo. Javon Bullard, 8 tackles, 3 solo. Xavier McKinney with 8 tackles, 2 of those were solo. Isaiah McDuffie, 7 tackles, 3 solo. Nate Hobbs with 6 tackles, 3 solo. Kobe Wooden with a tackle for a loss. He also had 6 total tackles. Pretty good day at the office there. Micah Parsons, 5 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for a loss.
That's crazy.
All right. Edgerrin Cooper, 5 tackles, 3 solo. Kingsley Enagbare had 5 tackles. He had a half sack and a tackle for a loss. Warren Brinson logged 4 tackles. Rashawn Gary with 2 tackles, also had a sack and a tackle for a loss. And then you had Tyron Hopper, limited action there. He came in the game, got a tackle.
He flashed. Yeah.
That's awesome.
3 snaps. He really held down the fort when Quay was in the blue tent. That was great to see Tyron step up like that and play his butt off for us. That was incredible.
Completely agree. All right, so there you go. And then in terms of returning, it's cool to see Savion Williams back there, right, guys? Savion Williams seems to be your returner now. That's really, really awesome to see. Now, we didn't have any punt returns, so we're still, have to wait and see about that. Did they have him back? Did they punt at all today?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
The Packers did, but I don't think Arizona punted.
No punt returns. No.
Punted one time. Yeah, one time. It was a touchback. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah. So, who do you know who was back there? Anybody have any idea who was back on return?
I can't remember. I know kickoffs was Bo and Savion on kickoffs.
Got it. Yeah. So Savion had 3 returns for 72 yards. So his long was 27. Bo Melton had 2 for 43. Not bad, right? So 5 total returns, 115 yards. And then, of course, our boy Lucas Havrasik, man. It was Rome, Eric Sutherland said back there. Ooh. So appreciate that, Eric. Thank you, buddy. Havrasik, 2 for 2 on field goals, 3 for 3 on extra points. Of course, he had the long of 61, the new franchise record. Of course, Daniel Whelan just doing what he does, man. 3 punts, 174 yards with a long of 63. But, yeah, Havrasik, Jacob, man. My goodness. Tim said it before we went into the game, right? What'd you say? Have a kick?
Yeah,
Lucas,
have a kick. Have a kick. And how about Matt Lafleur, too, with that just no hesitation whatsoever, right? Let's get a play call in. We got a timeout left. We got 7 seconds. Let's call a good play. Let's get just inside midfield and give the kid a chance and have a kick. Had a kick, right? You got to love it.
I mean, you talk about like a kind of crazy moment. Like we all think about this, right? When you're a little kid, you're sitting there in your freaking driveway, going 3, 2, 1, throwing the bank shot down in your home. Like you never think about it. You could make the kick at the last second. He's done it now 2 weeks in a row. What is he, like 5 for 5 on all kicks? Some of them are like kind of actually substantial. I mean, what a guy. He was about to sit there and work for like Coldstone or some crap like that. Screw that, dude. Come back here and just start kicking dingers for the Packers, baby. Let's go. What do you think, Emilio?
Yeah, I'm happy we brought him in, man. We had a kicking problem last year. We talked about it religiously on this show. It even had its own section. So I'm just glad that that's taken care of. You locked in your 3 and you found a backup. I'm sorry it wasn't Hale, but I'm glad we found Havrasik, man. No substitute teaching job for you.
Like too old for this says, remember when our kickers were Narverson and Anders Carlson?
Who?
Seems like so long ago.
Crazy, dude. Golly, man. So glad those days are behind us. Let's go around the league real quick, and then we'll look at the standings and get out of here, guys. So the 49ers and the Falcons just kicked off on Sunday Night Football. Looks like the Falcons went 3-and-out. They are punting at the moment. Rest of the scores around the league, the Rams early this morning over in London, they defeat the Jaguars 35-7. They improved to 5-2. The Jaguars fall to 4-3. The Chicago Bears defeat the New Orleans Saints, so the Bears improved to 4-2. The Saints fall to 1-6. The Cleveland Browns boat raced the Miami Dolphins 31-6, so they improved to 2-5. The Dolphins fall to 1-6. The Patriots come back and beat the Titans. Guys, if I understood correctly, now this wasn't the game. It's on down the road. I gotta make sure I highlight. There was a team that scored 30 points in the fourth quarter to get the win. We'll hit that in a minute, though. Patriots came back on the Titans. They jumped up to an early lead. Patriots come back and win 31-13. Drake May continues to ball out. So the Patriots improved to 5-2. The Titans fall to 1-6. Kansas City Chiefs blank the Raiders 31-0. The Chiefs improved to 4-3. Don't look now. Chiefs are 4-3, 3-1 at home. Raiders fall to 2-5. The Eagles defeat the Minnesota Vikings 28-22 on the road in Minneapolis. So the Eagles improved to 5-2. The Vikings fall to 3-3. And yes, that is correct. The Minnesota Vikings are in dead last in the NFC North. So.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry your team sucks. All right, moving along. Carolina Panthers beat the New York Jets. They are now 0-7, the Jets are, as the Panthers beat them 13-6. The Panthers improving to 4-3, guys. That's not going to be a slam dunk win for the Packers when we go or when we play them here. What is it, in a couple weeks, right? 2 or 3 weeks, I'm thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be right around the corner. Here it is. Here's the game I wanted to highlight. Check this out. The Giants and the Broncos, all right? The Giants shut the Broncos out for the first 3 quarters. No points, right? They were leading, 19-0, I believe was the score, if I remember correct. I may have that wrong. Let me see, 13. No, that's right, 19-0. The Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. They come back and win that game 33-32 over the New York Football
Sean Payton going scorched earth on the Giants.
Woo. Absolutely. Wow. You know what he did? He paused the game. He lit him up a lung dart. He turned the difficulty down to rookie and just had at it, right? That's exactly
like Emilio does.
Put it 5 wide, all verts. I'm hitting X every time.
Yeah, exactly. The Colts improved to 6-1 as they defeat the LA Chargers.
Crazy.
38
I tell y'all, the Colts were real.
Real deal, man. So they improved to 6-1. The Chargers fall to 4-3. The Dallas Cowboys, they going to be happy tonight.
Oh, yeah.
44-22 over the Commanders. The Cowboys improved to 3-1. The Commanders are now sitting at 3-4. And, of course, our Packers defeat the Arizona Cardinals 27-23 in the desert. The Packers improved to 4-1. The Cardinals fall to 2-5. So coming into this game, there were 3 teams that only had 1 loss, right? It was the Packers. Help me out with this, Tim. Who was it? It was the Packers. I tweeted it out.
Tampa and –
oh, yeah, Tampa, and then there's one more.
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
Indy. No, I thought it was – oh, yeah, no, it might have been Indy. I thought it was in the NFC, though.
It was.
It was Indy, and there was one other one I thought, too.
Well, it was the Steelers, but they lost last week.
That's right. Yeah.
So Indianapolis and the Packers still just the only 1-win or 1-loss teams right now. And then you got Tampa tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, right? And is that Tampa Bay and Detroit? Am I thinking?
Yeah, let's go, Baker. Get that dub, baby.
That's right. So there you go. All right, let's take a look at the standings real quick. Go across the league with this. So let's start with the division standings. The New England Patriots are currently in first place in the AFC East. They're sitting at 5-2. The Bills are right behind them at 4-2. In the AFC North, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at 4-2. We go to Pittsburgh to play them next week. Sunday Night Football going to be absolutely awesome. The Bengals are in second place there at 3-4. The Indianapolis Colts lead the AFC South 6-1. The Jaguars are behind them at 4-3. The AFC West, the Denver Broncos are leading that division 5-2. The Chargers and the Chiefs are tied for second place there at 4-3. The Chargers do have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs right now. NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles leading the way at 5-2. The Cowboys sitting at 3-1 behind them. And then, of course, in the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers 4-1 leading the way. Detroit sitting at 4-2. They play Tampa tomorrow night. And what's really cool about that game is if Detroit loses that game, then obviously it's gonna quickly become a 2-team race. That's still early, but Chicago's gonna leapfrog them in second place, so it'll be Packers, Chicago. Now all of a sudden Detroit would be in third place. But if the Detroit Lions beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Packers are now the number 1 seed, I believe. We'll double check that here in a minute. So that's wild to think about there in the NFC. So Tampa leading the way in the South, 5-1. They'll play tomorrow night. The Atlanta Falcons are playing the 49ers right now, still tied 0-0. They're sitting at 3-2. And of course, you've got the Carolina Panthers right behind them at 4-3. And then over in the West, the LA Rams are sitting at 5-2. The San Francisco 49ers are right behind them at 4-2, as are the Seattle Seahawks at 4-2 as well. So now if we switch it up to the playoff look here, all right? In the AFC, your teams would be number 1 seed, Indianapolis Colts, 2, Patriots, 3, Broncos, 4, Steelers, 5, Bills, 6, Chargers, and then 7 would be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Are there 7 or 8 teams that get in? I always have to ask. 7. Okay, so you've got the Kansas City Chiefs right on the outside looking in there at 4-3.
Just as everyone would have suspected, right, Clayton? This is clearly what would have happened.
Oh, yeah.
Projections.
Yeah, Colts number 1. Yeah, Patriots in there, no Chiefs, all that.
Always.
Yeah. Exactly. Had it on the bingo card. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are leading the way in the NFC at 5-1. The Packers are in the number 2 seed at 4-1-1. Then the Philadelphia Eagles at 5-2. The Rams at 5-2. 49ers sitting at 4-2 in the number 5 spot. And then, of course, the Seahawks in the 6th spot at 4-2. The Detroit Lions are in the number 7 seed at 4-2 at the moment. So, again, tomorrow, if the Detroit Lions beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Packers are all of a sudden the top team in the NFC. And if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Detroit Lions, we get to make fun of Lions fans all week. So, enjoy your popcorn tomorrow, gents. It's going to be awesome.
Ready to go.
Yep. Yeah, we cannot be mad at that. Clay, can you go back real quick to the rankings? I just wanted to look at the differentials real fast, because the only other team that was the legit differential in the NFC was the Rams. So they're what's that, plus 58 for them. Besides that, the Detroit only did that to a bad team the week after us, right? They're plus 49. We would be second at plus 33. I have a lot of faith in that, right? I mean, we have one loss and we're plus 33 in differential. I think that's probably the most legit one besides the Rams. You got Vikings at plus 20. The Bears, yeah, they're 4-2. They're minus 3 on differential. So that's a tough look for them.
Yeah, and you talk about going 3-1 on each quarter of the season, right? So we're in the second quarter of the season. You're now basically 2-0 in the second quarter of the season. That's how we're sitting in a pretty good spot. If you're going to drop one of these next 2, probably would be to Pittsburgh. Who knows, man? Maybe they run the table, go 4-0. That'd be awesome. Going into last week, I said that I had them now at 11 to 13 wins, right? That seems like it holds strong for me right now. Getting real close to narrowing it down to just a 2-game differential. So I'm really, really close to saying 12 to 13 wins as opposed to 11 to 13. I'm going to stick at 11-13 right now. What do you guys think? What's your win projection? Give me a window there. Jacob, we'll start with you, man.
Conservatively, I'll go 10 to 13.
10-13?
I think that we have a really good team. I just think that sometimes when it matters, we kind of poopy the bed. So I think we still have a solid team. I'd go 10 to 13 conservatively.
That's fair. I think I've been at 12 kind of the whole time with them. I think I'll stick at 12, 13 there.
I'll go 11 to 13. I'll be boring and agree with Clayton.
That's kind of where I'm at, man, because I could see them, again, if we were to pull up the rest of the schedule, let me get this off the screen real quick. Let's just take a quick gander at the schedule, then we'll do a giveaway. We'll give away an autographed Javon Bullard card here this evening. So with the rest of the schedule, all right, if we just counted it off, you're at Pittsburgh, right? Then you got Carolina at home, Philadelphia at home, on the road to the New York Giants, and Minnesota at home, on the road to Detroit, Chicago at home, on the road to Denver. Then the Bears are on the road to the Bears, and then the Baltimore Ravens back at home. And I think we got one more. Yeah, then back at Minneapolis. So what I'm seeing there, if I were to just count it off real quick, right, we've got one loss right now, right? We'll call it 2 losses for easy math, even though we know the tie isn't a loss, right? So we'll say Pittsburgh, let's say it is a loss, that'd be 3. Let's say you lose to Philly, that's 4, right? You win these Giants, you win against the Vikings. 5. I could see you losing 6 games from here on out, to be honest with you. I think that's realistic. Do I think they'll lose 6 games? I don't. But that's kind of the floor that we're at right now. So that's where I've got them at. So all right.
It'll be a battle.
Good deal, man. Anything else you boys want to hit on before we do the giveaway, man? Anything at all?
No, just backing up your point, the schedule is not getting any easier. It's there's no gimme games the rest of the year. There's games we should probably win, but I'm with you, Clay. There is a chance they drop a few of these. There's some tough opponents, particularly towards the end of the season. They're looking at that Denver game right in between the 2 Bears games. That's going to be a tough stretch. So we got to get it done now. Hopefully we can steal one in Pittsburgh next week for sure.
Yeah. And J. Cole in the chat says, rest in peace, Doug Martin. Yeah, if you guys have not heard about that, man, it's an absolute tragedy. I think he was, 36, 37 years old, former running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hell of a ball player, said he was a great teammate. I haven't heard any details on what happened yet, but anytime you hear about a running back dying that young and the family is kind of hush-hush, you know, it makes you think the worst. And we've seen a play tonight, man. I don't mean to get too heavy, but we've seen where they took a player out because Nate Hobbs clocked him. I think it was Nate Hobbs that hit him. Was it Nate Hobbs that hit that running back? Am I thinking right, guys?
I think so.
Yeah. And I used to be the guy that was like, man, you're ruining the game. This is so soft, blah, blah, blah. And then after, doing my own research on CTE and I told you guys the movie Concussion kind of opened my eyes a lot. Hopefully that's not what happened to Doug Martin, but it's the first thing that comes to mind, right, wrong, or indifferent, right, is these guys that are just constantly getting these micro concussions. It sucks, man. It sucks. It's a part of the game. But I will say this, concussions are way down with the Guardian caps. I know they look silly, but they seem to be helping quite a bit. So hopefully we continue to push it in the right direction and keep everybody healthy for sure. United Bates with Super Chat, $27.23. The tradition continues. Thank you so much, Bates. Appreciate you, buddy.
Bates is great, always. Every single week, man. Love it.
Yeah, definitely. So again, just thoughts and prayers to Doug Martin's family, man. That's crappy. Jacob, how old are you? 37?
I'm 38, man. And I loved watching Doug Martin play. Like you said, Tampa Bay running back. The guy was an absolute, everybody has their kind of flashes in their career. When he was on, man. He was a very, very good running back in the NFL, and just a tragedy. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. All right. You ready to do a giveaway, boys?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go. Let's give away an autographed Javon Bullard rookie card. All right.
Whose hands? Tim, whose hands? Oh, come on.
Also pick you up some Progressive Direct Insurance there.
Oh, that's a good show.
So
how about these hands?
There we go.
I love how
it's
the
all
chat
pushed around on me. I can't find anything now.
I blame Clayton. You know what?
Hey, man,
we're updating it. It's all good. It's part of the process.
Y'all been hanging out with Mandy. She blames me for everything. Are you kidding me? So, all right, everybody's already putting numbers in the chat, which is hilarious. Next one to post it, all right? There you go. Donovan Schilling, 8 since we're facing 8. There you go, talking about Aaron Rodgers, I would assume. So, now we don't want to spin that. What just happened here? Unbelievable.
No.
Oh, man. Rigged.
I was trying to close an ad. I was trying to close the ad there.
Oh, boy.
All right.
What is happening?
I don't want to pat you on the butt and you poop my hand. So
perfect job. All right. Now let's shuffle this thing 8 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now we'll spin it. And the winner of the autographed Javon Bullard rookie card is got to be this Georgia Uni too. It says tournament. Brandon Lancour.
This is never anyone we know. It's never.
Brandon Lancour, you are the winner, sir. Come to the front of the room, please. Now just reach out to me on Patreon or shoot me a text, 865-658-5824. And don't you guys try any funny business. I can find out if you're truly not Brandon Lancour. Okay. So
sounds French.
I don't know, Lloyd. The French are assholes. All right. Again, thanks for the support, everybody on the wheel. If you're wondering what the wheel is and you're new here, if you join Patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. $3 get you access to everything on the site. We got extra content over there, chats, fantasy league, all that good stuff. So this is just a way for us to give back to those who are supporting the channel. So we take everybody's name, put it on the wheel, and we do giveaways every week during the post-game show. Also, if you're a member on YouTube, you're entered into any kind of fun little drawings that we do there as well. Just a way for us to give back to those who are supporting the channel. So with that being said, Tim, tell them about our awesome charity that we're raising awareness for here today too, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Running all month long, operationhorsesheal.org. That's where you can go. Make sure you check out what they're doing for our veterans and their families right now. It's an awesome organization, giving veterans a chance, to basically get life-changing programs in their life. These are horse-assisted programs that help the veterans and their families, provides a space and environment for their own self-guided wellness journey. And really what we're trying to do is raise some money for a truck and a trailer so we can get these horses out to some special events for these veterans. So each donation submitted during the month of October is an automatic entry to win that autographed Romeo Dobbs jersey, courtesy of Packer Fan Total Access, a.k.a. Mandy and pristineauctions.com. Thank you very much. But make sure you get it in any dollar amount. It doesn't matter. It can be $1. It can be $100, whatever you can afford. And if you can't afford it, just spread the word. No donation is too small. Everyone gets you entered in the drawing. So operationhorsesheal.org/how can I help, or scan that QR code in the upper right hand of your screen.
Yeah, very well said. All right. And again, guys, just a way for us to give back to the veterans who have given so much to us. I know we got several veterans that watch the show, so just want to thank y'all all for your service and providing us with the freedom that we have to do this silly little show every week, man, every day, as a matter of fact. So as Eric Sutherland says, God bless our veterans and the true superheroes. Amen to that, man.
Well
Amen
said.
to that. All right. Let's get out of here, boys. Just a couple more things here. Respect Orange just says they're not dolls, they're action figures. That's a quote by Brandon Lincourt. Okay, so there you go. And then Yasmin19 over on Rumble says, as always, thank you for the instant reaction stream. Go, Pack, go. Hey, thanks for the support over on Rumble, man. It's growing. We're actually the largest, I think we're the largest Packer channel over there on Rumble last time I checked. So we actually passed up the Green Bay Packers. Kind of cool. But
nice.
All right, Emilio, you got anything else, man? Anything else at all?
No, great win. Mandy was right. I'm glad I wore the Tecmo Bowl shirt again. So we'll just have to keep that rolling. I don't know what else to do. Just got to wear the right clothes.
Got it, man. Got to get it. All
I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
That's great, Tim. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. And we did get the tweet out, by the way, so we're good to go there. Okay. So it's up and running. Scared money don't make money. Matt Tupac Lafleur.
Let's go.
All right. Everybody have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow morning, Victory Monday. We'll dive into a little bit more of the stats. Obviously, tomorrow night, we'll have the PFF scores in their entirety. I'll go ahead and start breaking down the tape a little bit tomorrow morning as soon as the All-22 drops, and try to get you guys some clips rolling out on Twitter, just some key plays that I thought were important in the game, that type of thing. So,
what a great way to kick off Victory Monday, right, Clay? Let's go.
It's going to be awesome, dude. It's going to be awesome. So, again, the voice is going. The throat is hurting pretty darn bad right now. So
let me tell you how to. Well, never mind. The girls will do it.
I'm not going to. So quit asking.
A little bit of lemon balm and some just chamomile. That's what you want to do.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
I'm coming, Tim. All right. Everybody have a great night. Again, thanks for everyone with the super chats. H.E. Solder, Ron Samble, Daniel Irish, Eldergrim, 2-0 for this. Bullshed, about had me cussing there. Chris C., Donovan Schilling being a member for 16 months. Godsmack AR69, Biz 1987, Ryan Pugh becoming a new member. Tatchison gifting 5 memberships. Trey Russ, Chris C. again. You got Godsmack AR69 again. Dark Arts, Poker becoming a member. Randy Cleavers with the super chat. And, of course, United Bates with the tradition continuing here with the 27-23. Victories, the Packers defeat the Arizona Cardinals in the desert. I'm going to go drink some scissor and take a nap. Y'all have a good weekend. Goodbye.
Here we go.
Bye, guys.